drink and be merry. And shortly thereafter, we'll present some awards and hear from the guest speaker, Mr. Grover Silcox, who is, as you know, he's always on the road, literally on his way here. He will be here just a moment. I promise, absolutely, guaranteed. So, bon appetit. In any event, here with the lights dim so he really looks younger than he is our technical director, Mr. Ralph Adams.
I'm supposed to introduce the staff this evening. You've already met me, I'm here. First of all, of course, our executive director, and the gentleman 25 years ago said to me, can you give a few hours of your time? And I did that for 25 years. But it's been a great experience. But Mr. Robert J. Clark Jr. Not able to be here this evening, but Mr. Clark's father, Mr. Robert J. Clark Sr., has been a member of our staff for a number of years, has had the privilege we've had the privilege of working with him in many capacities. He's handled so much of the business, so much of the enrolling people, taking care of payments, and so on. He's not able to be here this evening, but we'd like to acknowledge Mr. Robert J. Clark Sr. Sitting up here at the table, keeping in the family, is Becky Clark, and Becky has been with the, for how many years have you been actually on staff, Becky? A long time now. Been with us way back from the beginnings, but not as a staff, as a very tiny...
At least 2 or 3 years I've been on.
Right. But Miss Becky Clark. Standing with the camera over here, the actor of Man of a Thousand Faces, normally villains in most of our films, but gentleman who takes care of making sure that things get edited all around Cinekyd, and I think just about everything else that has to get done around Cinekyd, Randy handles. So Mr. Randy Leszewski. And same way in the back over here, gentleman who's been working with us for 25 years as our musicologist, the guy who makes it possible for us to have some music in our productions, and birds, as well, as I remember, Mr. Larry Hardy. Of course, there have been some other people over the years who have been a part of our staff, and also just want to acknowledge some of the students very quickly also who perform some of the staff responsibilities. We have a number of our teams who work with the Pyro program, who work with all the different programs on different nights. So just real quick, I don't know if you're doing this later, but I wanted to acknowledge the teams. Teams, stand up, let everybody know who you are. And thank you.
Who's going to introduce the board. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the Temple University's finest professors, one of this club's most capable golfers, and one of the most talented ventriloquists probably in this whole area, Dr. Roger Gordon.
No, I forgot. I thought I was doing a little ventriloquism. Ladies and gentlemen, before I want to announce that Grover Silcox is here. He finally made it. I want to tell you why he was late. He drives a 1938 Lincoln with bad tires. It broke down on 309 and he ran all the way to get here. Wow. I want to tell you, you're something. But he finally made it. And there he is. He's sitting right there. Grover, it's great to see you. All right. You're going to hear from him. He's going to give you the same lousy jokes he gives all the time. All right, but he's all right. He's okay. He's number one. He's number one. All right. It is a pleasure to be with Cinekyd. I love Cinekyd. I've been known Bob for so many years, and to see what Cinekyd has done. What have they done? Oh, they've done a lot of great things. It is a fine organization. I'm happy to be with it. I can't believe all the wonderful things that I've seen that happens over the years. And boy, what a great organization. And I'd like to introduce the board. I'm not sure if all of them are here tonight, but Ralph Abbott, we just heard from Ralph, and what he has done for Cinekyd, it's unbelievable. I don't know what he's done, but anyway, he's the greatest. Where is Ralph?
Right here.
All right. Karen Barbera. Where is Karen? Okay. A lot of these board members are new, so I don't know them as well as I know others, but we'll certainly get to know them. Bonnie Benson. Where is Bonnie? And, you know, to Bob Clark Sr., of course, could not be here, but to introduce Bob Clark Jr., who basically is the inspiration. Never known a man who was more dedicated to not only Cinekyd, but the kids that are a part of Cinekyd. He's not only a teacher, he's really a father to them all. He loves them all, and I think most of all of them love him. And there'll never be anybody like Bob Clark in the world, and someday we're gonna do something to tell him how much we appreciate it. But tonight, just some applause. He's standing back there. He usually leaves the room because he doesn't want to. Terry Cole. She is right over there. All right. Terry's been with us for a while. And another one of my ex-students who was a lover. Where is Melanie? Melanie Ekpaji. Melanie, you are here. There she is. I haven't even had a chance to say hello to her. And another longtime board member, Debbie Lynn. Where is Debbie? Debbie?
Not here.
Oh, she's not here. Okay. And I know Joe Rooney is not here. And Grover Silcox just got here. So how about some applause? If you give yourself a piece of cars, maybe make it on time. I don't know what's the matter. But anyway, Dick Scavella. Where's Dick's been a board member for a long time. He's over here. And one of our newer board members, Sid Weinstein. Where is Sid? There he is, right back there. The father of all of the board members, the guy that runs the turkey dunk every year, Mr. Morris Weiss. Where is Morris? And finally, last but not least, Celeste Zelich. Where is Celeste? She can come. Okay. All right. That's it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Great group.
We have two very special awards, and I'd like to tell you the story about each one. I'm going to do it very briefly, but very meaningfully. As Ralph indicated, we're talking 25 years. That is an awfully long time to be doing anything. Along the way, we've been blessed with a number of good friends. And we've asked two of them to join us this evening because in a very special way they have made Cinekyd, helped Cinekyd reach its 25th birthday and made it as successful as it has been. And I'm going to take each award one at a time and then ask Grove and Roger if they would join us with each benefactor so Ralph and everybody can get some video. First, This award is named after one of our board members who passed away some years ago. His name is Romeo Masucci. He was one of our most generous supporters. And we don't give this award every year, like the Thalberg Award. It's given only when we feel that someone has provided meritorious service. This is the Romeo Masucci Benefactor Award. And this particular one honors a gentleman named Joseph G. Pagano. Joe, would you come on up here, please, so these folks can see you while I read? Come on over here. Actually, when we take the pictures, this gentleman is the founder of a company named RGB Electronics. I first met him when he was a very young fellow working at a place in Abington. He went from there to Laro Electronics in Philadelphia, where he gained a reputation as one of the most talented electronic technicians. What made it so fantastic was Sony considered him the best in the business, and he didn't work for Sony. And they felt that on the East Coast there was nobody better. He went into business for himself some years ago, and along the way took us and our organization. Now, there's a lot of jokes made about our equipment, many of which are true. We have 150 kids in the school year program this year, and they start at age 6, 7 years old. The idea is to get their hands on it. And Ralph Abbott does what he can, and occasionally units just won't function anymore. Here is a guy who, not for a year, not for 2 years, but for 10, 15 years, and he has to run his own business, rushes through repairs. In the summertime, we're desperate to get things done. It's hot. He handles the work for Channel 3, Channel 6, Channel 10, Channel 12. He has international clients from all over the world. We're a little nonprofit in Willard Road. But to us, Joe is a saint because he always puts our kids at the top of his list. And then, if that isn't enough, he's the first check to arrive at every fundraising drive. Not only does he frequently eat the cost of parts and repairs, but he's the first to donate. And he's done this for years. We consider him one of our most fantastic benefactors, and I'd like to read the inscription on this plaque. This is to you, Joe. On behalf of the young members of the organization known as Cinekyd, we acknowledge your generosity and kindness for helping to keep our production equipment in operating condition for over 15 years. Almost from the time you established your own business, you took the Cinekyd organization into your care. You gave us the benefit of your experience. You rushed through countless repairs so we could keep our kids filming. And you were always among the first to donate to our fundraisers. Proudly, Joe, we will forever be in your debt. God bless you, Joe. Grover, would you come up here? I'd like to give Joe a really good picture. Hold this like this. Good. Did I get us all in this? Good. Got it? Good. Good. Thanks for doing so much. Now this story goes back even further than that. I have children who are in their 40s. It's okay. I'll yell. How's that? Good. The next gentleman we're going to honor, I met when he was 12 years old. He was a student of mine. And he was a kid for whom school didn't always come easily, but he worked very, very hard. Well, years went by, and he went into business for himself, in the plumbing and heating business. And almost from the time that Cinekyd started, our paths did not just cross or intersect, they almost intertwined. Because as my best friends will tell you, I am probably the world's worst mechanic. I have no problem with scripts, I have no problem with kids, but when it comes to anything mechanical, I'm at a loss. Now imagine running a building or a property like Cinekyd. I can tell you stories that on 3 separate occasions since we started, we were in situations where the entire building was flooded, where heaters broke in. At one point on a Friday afternoon, where a hot water heater exploded over top of our studio, drenching the studio, the cameras, and everything else. It happened at 4:45 in the afternoon, and this man was there before 5 o'clock on the telephone talking the supplier into staying open late so he could get down and by 5:30 solve the problem. Back in '95, when we made a run for our life into the building that we now call our home, he made it his personal responsibility to make sure that all the gas lines were safe, all the plumbing was the way it should be. And when we came up with a couple of cockamamie arrangements so that we could real quickly have a bathroom and a shower and a dark room all at once, stayed with us in spite of a lot of other obligations, because his company had gotten to be one of the biggest in the area. It's like having someone who is almost a member of the family look out after you. And I can tell you, and my associates at Cinekyd will agree, that were it not for this guy, there have been many days that we would not have opened. There have been many tragedies that he helped to avert. And I'm very proud to have him with us this evening. Steve, come on up here so I can meet you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Steven Seaborn. I'm very proud of Steve. He's a successful businessman, a good husband, a good father. He's a good man. I almost forgot I can't read without reading.
None of us can.
Me especially. Even here it's Mr. Steven Seaborn. On behalf of the young members of the organization known as Cinekyd, we acknowledge your generosity and kindness for quite literally helping to bail us out for more than 2 decades. You helped us to survive 3 floods. You got us warm when we were cold. And in the heat of many summers, you managed to keep us cool. In some of our darkest hours, you coordinated your resources and secured other contractors to help us. And you have been a generous donor. Proudly, we will forever be in your debt. God bless you, Steve. Thank you, sir.
Okay. You guys do want to be in focus. Where they're going, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
course, Bob always does for the adults in this group what he does for the kids. He makes them feel great. Whenever he introduces me, I look around for the guy. Boy, I can't wait to meet this person. So, but it is always a pleasure to be here, particularly, of course, on this, the 25th anniversary. And, of course, I enjoyed Dr. Gordon's mention of my little dilemma today. Yes, I do. I drive a Lincoln, and Dr. Gordon, you voted for it. And as you heard, Dr. Gordon is also a ventriloquist. Was kind of tough for him to come here tonight because I understand his dummy has got a gig. He is out performing right now. But anyway, it's always nice to hear the word celebrity, but there is a downside, and of course, I'm just sort of a local guy in my native Philadelphian vicinity. The downside, of course, it is when someone comes up to you and they're so shocked. It's like seeing a teacher out of school when you're a kid, and they say, "Wow," and they walk over to you and they, "God, I think you're great. I watch you all the time. What's the weather going to be, hurricane?" Or you have someone come up to you at a restaurant and say, "Wow, you look thinner in person." You're good looking in person. Or someone who says, "Hey, I saw that interview you did with that librarian the other day. Boy, you look like you didn't know what to say." Thanks. So it's not all that it's cracked up to be. I guess the point is that in this business, you have to really take success and failure as the imposters they are, as Rudyard Kipling said in his famous poem, "If." Because 1 minute you're up and the next minute you're down. And so you got to love the work. And I always try to focus on something that a friend of mine said, who is a fellow comedian, a real sharp guy. He's a comedian, he's a psychotherapist, and he's a theologian. And he said, one time I was really getting angry at the audience as a stand-up comedian. I'd come off and I'd say, "Boy, that was a bad audience. Ooh, that audience." And he said, "My wife said, maybe you ought to just think of it as service. Not that you're looking for applause, but what are you giving to the audience?" And I think no matter what you do, you'll always be heading toward the straight and narrow. You'll always be satisfied with what you do if you look at it as a service. Whether you're on television, you're on radio, you're a doctor, you're a nurse, you're a waiter, a waitress, whatever you are, how is this helping someone else? What am I doing to help them along? And you'll never be disappointed with what you do if you can answer that question. You know that you're helping other people. And
Okay. All right. First group are the alumni. And we have some alumni with us this evening. And actually the presenter is himself now an alumnus. This is when it makes you feel old. Okay? By way of Temple University, where he has finished his freshman year, this is my grandson, Mr. Craig Smith.
As you know, I'm here to present the awards for the alumni of Cinekyd over the past 25 years. It reads, the Alumni Recognition Award honors Ms. Rebecca Clark, who is distinguished as a pioneer of Cinekyd's program of the broadcast arts. Her continued interest and support is one of the reasons we are able to celebrate the quarter-century of service to children and youth. While the bearer of this document joined Cinekyd as a youngster, through the years she has continued to sustain our each one reach one philosophy. She has brought a richness in our program to our programs and served us as a role model to our children. She'll forever be one of our kids, KYDS. Miss Becky Clark.
You wanted to be in focus, too.
next award goes to Mr. Robert X. Golfin. What's up, man? Let's talk
Oh,
to
here. Yeah.
Oh, smile. Excellent.
We have another Robert, Mr. Robert Flanagan. The next one is a fellow who I worked with throughout the past couple of years, Mr. Randy Leszewski.
Very good.
The next award goes to Mrs. Valerie Strand.
This is the last one, and this goes to Mr. Craig A. Smith. Very good. Okay. Now we're going to move from the alumni to the youngest members of Cinekyd. And to assist in the presentation, we have two of our team leaders. For presentation of the Youthful Accomplishment or Tyro Awards, Mr. Joe Maloney and Mr. Matt Bailey.
Good evening, everyone. I'm here to present the Tyro Awards. These are the kids who come in every Saturday, hopefully enjoy themselves. I know I do. As a member of the dynamic organization known as Cinekyd, and as a special part of the Tyro program for the youngest talented students, salutes his investment of time and effort developing his unique gifts. The bearer of this document is a part of the 25th anniversary roster of young performers and artists who are making an investment in their future by setting high goals and developing unique broadcasting skills. And let me just say, these are the coolest kids I know. Our first word goes to Shane Barbera. Sullivan Billingham. another big round of applause for these Tyro kids.
You guys did very well. Beautiful.
Okay, Matt, you're returning? Good to like it up here, huh? All righty, the next group. All right, let's see here. There we go. Technical Artisan Awards. This is anything from camera work to editing to still photography, just so they're on the other side of the camera.
Gotcha.
Yes. And to make these presentations, once again, the sparkling personality and the voice of the teddy bear, Mr. Matt Baylor and Mr. Daniel Zelich.
Okay.
Hi, everyone.
That's one, too.
All right. These awards are for the students who have shown themselves to be outstanding in the technical aspects of production, whether it be radio, still photography, editing, camera work, or anything along that line. These are the people who we know are dependable, get the job done, and who I can do all my work to. Read this off. This certificate of special technical accomplishment recognizes as a member of the unique organization known as Cinekyd, and acknowledges her distinguished work as a student producer, salutes her progress in the technical arts and development of her talent. The bearer of this document is a part of the 25th anniversary roster of young performers and artists who are making an investment in their future by setting high goals and developing unique broadcasting skills. Our first award goes to Miss Jillian Alcorn. Jessica Hensky. Ryan Hill. Dane Leckavage. Michael Lorenz. Jacob Siegel. Christine Slavics. J.J. Weinstein. And last but certainly not least, Kyle Whalen. have a round of applause for all our winners.
You were good. These guys are not accustomed to handling things so well. Becky, would you hand me a program? It would go so much better if we had the names up here. Thank you. Okay. The next group are the performing artists, actors and actresses. As you probably have heard, more than a few of our graduates are working professionals. And while most of our grads are primarily finding success behind the camera, and there are many stories about that, we have more than a few who are comfortable and have been successful working as actors, which is probably one of the toughest fields.
Very competitive.
Yeah, very, very competitive. I remember, and I keep telling the story, A, because I'm getting older, and B, because it's true, of a little fellow who came in, was 11 years old, just old enough to start track, and said, I want to be an actor. And this is when we were starting Cinekyd, and he was so determined and so intense, and yet, with love, I'm sure, by the time he was a high school student, one of his relatives, his uncle and godfather, had convinced him that to pursue a career in acting was not necessarily the most sensible thing to do. So he graduated from high school, went off to Penn State, and was a business major. Graduated, and to be very truthful, had some difficult years, mostly because he had strayed from what he really loved, and he returned to that when he was in his early 30s. Some 20 years after he had arrived in our little location and said, I want to be an actor. Every time and they are really running a whole bunch of new ones, every time I see one of those Sprint commercials where this young fellow wearing a big black raincoat goes on and has these very clever lines and it all ends with you, Sprint, I remember that boy, Brian Baker, as the 11-year-old who knew in his heart that he wanted to be an actor. And he is just one of many of our collection of very successful kids. We are now about to present to you some boys and girls who are the stars of tomorrow. And to make these Performing Artist Awards, two of our best, Mr. Neil Curley and Mr. Brian Mays.
Well, we're obviously up here to present the Performing Artist Awards, and these kids are the actors of Cinekyd, and they come in every Tuesday and Wednesday night, and they really put their heart and soul into the Miller's Key Book 2. Now, the plaque reads as follows. This certificate of special performance accomplishment recognizes its name as a member of the unique organization known as Cinekyd, and acknowledges his distinguished work as a student actor, and salutes his progress in the performing arts and the development of his talent. The bearer of this document is part of the 25th anniversary roster of young performing artists who are making an investment in their future by setting high goals and developing unique broadcasting skills. And our first award goes to Mark Baldwin. Josh Barkin.
think he's here today. Let's have a round of applause for all our young actors.
How you holding up?
Good, good. You can see it.
He's doing a great job, isn't he? The question that frequently is asked when they see the kids in the vest, or as in this evening situation where they watch young people perform with such panache. Some people are petrified about standing in front of a group. These young people rise to any occasion with tremendous dignity and dedication and great love for the children, whose love for the children that they care for every time that they come to Cinekyd. Well, the answer is there is a growing group of young people who contribute their talents on Saturdays in repeating fashions. They don't just come in once, 2, 3, 4, some for years. This next group of awards is, quite frankly, the group of young people from whom we select our leaders. Now, to receive one of these awards means that you have to have accumulated, not weeks, but months and months, and as I said, in some cases, years of volunteer service. We are very, very proud of the young people in our Distinguished Volunteer Service Award category, and to make the presentations, two of our finest, Mr. Jeremy Alcorn and Mr. Jerry Paroli.
Well, as Mr. Clark said, we're here to present the Distinguished Service Award, and these awards go to the kids of Cinekyd who volunteer their own time to come in and make the campus what it is. I think they're a really big part of this program, and we owe them a lot more than this award. I'll just read what it says here. As an honored member of the organization known as Cinekyd, and statutes his outstanding contributions as a student member and a dedicated volunteer to the service of his fellow performing and artists. The bearer of this document is not only a gifted artist, and a special part of the 25th anniversary roster, but is a living example of the motto, each one each one, do generous hours and kind help for others. And the first award goes to Mr. Bo Benson.
Matthew Cope.
Anthony Connick. Gregory Dax.
Yeah, what you I can use,
Amina Ipaji.
And my pants.
Matt McLaughlin. Alex Today. Paul Seller. Max Flowers. And last but not least, Trevor Vaughn. Round of applause for all the volunteers coming in.
Okay, you've seen these young people make presentations. It's now time for them to receive their award. Each and every year, since we began Cinekyd, the staff members, the board has been assisted, ably assisted by the cream of the crop, the best of the best. They are the young teachers. They are the role models. They end up sharing some of the dirtiest and some of the most unrewarding parts of keeping a little nonprofit going, but they are the real secret of the success of the program. God knows it's not the equipment.
Thank you.
And there have been some discussion that the scripts aren't too good either. So it's got to be something, and we sort of figured it out. It was the young people who step forward in a leadership capacity and get better all the time. Here to present the Superior Service Awards to the teams is unquestionably the Clark family's best production, my daughter Becky.
Hi. These awards go to the finest men I've ever met in my life. I get up here and I'm nervous and my mind goes blank, but I'm very fortunate to know and work with all of them and see them as often as I do, and I wish I could see them more. But thank you guys from my heart. Here are your awards. The first goes to Jeremy Alcorn. Matthew Baber. Neil Curley. Brian Mays. Jerry Paroli. Daniel Zelich. This award wasn't on the list, but it certainly should have been. This is the Cinekyd Champion Award. On behalf of each and every Cinekyd, we honor Robert J. Clark Jr. You've shown us how to set and accomplish our goals, work hard, stick with something until it is finished, to always do our best, and most importantly, to look out for each other. You are constantly looking out for us. We admire your uncanny ability to always know exactly what is going on every minute in every part of the Cinekyd campus. You often appear out of nowhere to prove this, and we all amazed. You created a place where it is safe to be ourselves. We found our kindred spirits, the best pals we will ever know. When we are young, our feelings are fragile. You believe in us unconditionally. From you, we learn to have faith in ourselves, to do what we dream. As you are proud of us, we are also proud of you. I'm sorry. Cinekyd is our Camelot. With loving gratitude, we thank you.
last award of the evening for Cinekyd 25th Anniversary Gala. This Special Service Award honors Mr. Grover Silcox, who, a wise man once said, should be elected mayor of the city. His talent and comic sense enrich the lives of his viewers. His generosity and forbearance have been a blessing to Cinekyd. A friend strengthens you with his counsel, bless you with his love, and encourage you with his hope. A real friend warms you by his presence, cheers you with his humor, and remembers you in his prayers. The children of Cinekyd, their parents, and their teachers, Grover Silcox is a real friend. He's a burnished glow in our silver anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you for coming tonight. God bless.